It's time for another tech tip. This time, Apple Shortcuts and Apple CarPlay. For me, a perfect match. Who wouldn't want a talking car? All right, let's get cracking on this new shortcut. So a couple things. Going to get a comment in here to remind myself why I'm doing this. A lot of things that we can put in here, so let's just get that in there. And then we're going to get the current weather. So get current weather action. And now I also want to get some home status. So get some state of some home accessories, in particular the bedroom window, which is on the top floor, which I tend to forget and can't remember if I closed it or not. So we're going to go ahead and get that. Get the state of the sensor. So the sensor in this case is either opened or closed. And then we're going to create a text field. And inside this text box, we're going to put together all of what we want the shortcut to speak to us, right? So we want to have this thing talk to us when we get in the car. So today, get the current date. Today, the date is use custom format. We're going to go for MMMM, so 4 large M's. This will spell out or say out the entire name of the month and not just the APR or JUN or JUL or something like this. But you want to use 4 large M's for this. And then, of course, we're going to do the current date again, custom format, but for DD for just the day. So it'll be like, April 28th or June 2 or something like this. Then we're going to put in our weather conditions, and we're going to use the weather conditions variable a few times, or the dictionary object a few times, to get different variables. The current, what the current temperature is, the high, what it feels like, and chance of rain, type of thing. So we want to put a couple of these different things together like that. In a sentence, use punctuation, use pauses. Think about how the computer is going to speak this back to you, basically, is what you have to do on this one. So here we go. Feels like, with a chance precipitation, percent chance of rain. So it feels a little bit weird to be writing this, but the precipitation chance is the variable, right? So it's the actual value itself. All right, and the bedroom window, which, like I said, top floor, tend to leave it opened. Here we go. With you usually leave open is actually, and of course, here's where we get the sensor state. So whatever home automation items you have, there are different values for them, including, temperature sensors, on-off state of if you have smart plugs. So you have a lot of different options here. It's just a matter of whatever you have set up in your home. All right, here we go. And then, of course, the items that, well, for me, it's usually the glasses because it's still new for me, but also now a face mask, because at least in our area, a face mask is now required when you're out shopping and everything like that. Then we're going to do the speak text. Make sure we're doing it in US English for my choice, but it could be whatever choice and whatever language you're writing in. We're going to give the shortcut a name, a glyph, and then we're done. And there we go. All right, let's run it really quick, just on the computer, on the iPad itself, just to see and make sure it's doing what we expect it to do.
Today is APR the 28 and it is currently 14 degrees Celsius with a high of 22 degrees Celsius. It feels like 14 degrees Celsius with a 90% chance of rain. The bedroom window, which you usually leave open, is actually closed. Before you leave, though, did you remember your wallet, keys, glasses, and face mask?
All right, so now we go onto the iPhone. We go into the automation setting, which is the middle tab at the bottom. We want to create a personal automation. Now, this personal automation is going to be triggered with CarPlay, and I'm going to have it trigger when CarPlay connects. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select an action, and the action is going to be shortcuts, and I want to run a shortcut. So I've already created the shortcut. Now I search for it, jumping in the car, select it, don't show it while running, choose next, and don't ask before running. That way it just automatically goes. In the car, cables plugged in, phone's plugged in, and we're going to start.
Mit der MyBob-App von Radio Bob. Denn das ist euer direkter Draht zur Schaltzentrale des Rock. Egal ob Meinungen, Musikwünsche, Kommentare, Blitzer oder rockige Tipps. Eure Nachrichten dann direkt.
Today is April the 28th, and it is currently 16 degrees Celsius with a high of 22 degrees Celsius. It feels like 16 degrees Celsius with a 90% chance of rain. The bedroom window, which you usually leave open, is actually closed. Before you leave, did you remember your wallet, keys, glasses, and face mask?
Besuchen Sie uns und informieren.
It's time for another tech tip. This time, Apple shortcuts and CarPlay. How can we have the car blah, 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 blah. It's time for another tech tip. This time, Apple shortcuts with CarPlay. It's just freaking cool.